Hi, good evening. My name is Nilanjana. I'm the country advisor for Trinity College Dublin, the University of Dublin. And I'm here to take you through the process of knowing what studying in Ireland is all about, what studying in Dublin or being in Dublin as a student is all about, and finally about what Trinity offers, why it should be one of your options when you are considering studying at a top university in Europe. And I'll also take you through very quickly through the application processes, the kind of programs that we offer, and also about the academic rigor and transformative student experience that we pride ourselves on. So we'll start and get into the presentation. At the end of the presentation, I will be taking a few questions, though I hope that the presentation would answer almost all of your questions. So the first thing is about why Ireland. I am aware that Ireland is not a conventional choice among Indian students. It hasn't been for the past few years, but more and more it is gaining prominence as a very promising destination for overseas education. And the reasons are multiple. First and foremost is that Ireland is one of the safest countries in the world. Dublin, which is the capital city, ranks very high on the Global Peace Index, and also it is the 12th best city as far as international student experience is concerned. Overall, Ireland is also the fastest growing economy in the world, and that is by virtue of the presence of over 1,000 multinational companies which are based in Ireland. The sector undoubtedly is led by ICT companies. So any ICT giant that you can think of, whether it is Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, PayPal, Twitter, IBM, Oracle, Microsoft, Apple, they all have their EU headquarters in Ireland. And hence computer science and the related fields are very, very high in demand. And the second sector is financial consultancies. So world's top financial consultancies are also based in Ireland. And then we have medical devices. It is Europe's largest manufacturer and exporter of medical devices, as well as pharmaceutical products. So world's top 24 pharma and biopharma companies are based in Ireland. So whether it is Boston Scientific, Johnson & Johnson, or Abbott or Novartis, they all have their EU headquarters in Ireland. So that is a general overview of what the economy is all about. Ireland also offers a 1-year stay back after the completion of your bachelor's degree and 2 years after the completion of a master's degree. So this 1 year and 2 year is for you to find a job. So you have a full 1 year after the completion of your bachelor's degree to look for a job. And at the end of that, you should be able to find a job which pays you a minimum salary of 30,000 euros annually. Having said that, I would also like to mention that Trinity, being the top-ranked university in Ireland, its graduates are the most highly paid and most highly sought after, and which is because of several reasons, which I will talk about during the course of the presentation. So here we have the presentation. This is the front facade of the university, and we have the famous blue clock right at the center. Can go to the next, and the next slide is about why we are here. So the reason that we are here is that choosing a destination or making a choice of where you want to go once you're out of school is making a very big leap. So this slide is a snapshot of what I just talked about. So Ireland also, one of the reasons why it is also gaining more and more prominence is that with Brexit, it will be the only English-speaking country in the European Union. So it is a small country with a small population and small in size, but one which offers a friendly, safe environment and also a very long tradition in education excellence. At the same time, its leading global companies are based in Ireland. It offers an innovative and creative culture, and also that it is the first in Europe for completion of third-level education, and also the most entrepreneurial country in Europe. So the multinational hub, some of the things that I've already touched upon, Born on the internet companies, global software companies, IT services company, top internet companies, so the ICT sector on the whole, but also top medical tech companies, financial services, and global pharmaceutical companies are all based in Ireland. And also, it is very generously blessed by nature. It is called the Emerald Isle. These are some of the movies that have been filmed on location in Ireland. Talking of geography, Ireland, as you can see, is located right in the center of the universe, so to speak. So it is considered to be a gateway between continental Europe and also the US. And also that Ireland shares very close historic ties with the US, which is another reason why so many American companies have set base in Ireland. Coming now to why Dublin, which is the capital city. So it's a young, friendly European capital. As I mentioned, 12th safest city in the world. It is a UNESCO city for literature, very well connected, and it offers museums, theatre, art, music, festivals. So all in all, it offers a very conducive, very stimulating kind of an experience while you are there as a student. So coming now to Trinity, which is right at the center of big things. So this slide talks about the location. We have a 47-acre campus right in the heart of the city. So the slide tells you about the location of Ireland in relation to Europe, and also the location of Dublin in relation to Ireland. And there, right in the heart, we have Trinity campus. So this is an aerial view of the campus, and it occupies the space because Trinity is older than Dublin. It is one of the 7 ancient universities, so, and hence the name. So our peers are Oxford and Cambridge, and Trinity was established as the Trinity along with Oxford and Cambridge. We have 4 other ancient universities in Scotland, which are Glasgow, Edinburgh, St Andrews, and Aberdeen. So together we form the 7 ancient universities, which are more than 400 years old. Trinity was founded in 1592, so we have a 426 years of tradition of delivering education. So the take that you will find on education at Trinity is very different from the other contemporary and conventional universities. In terms of the ranking, we are the top ranked university in Ireland, and globally our ranking is 104th in the world. For all the subjects that we offer, we would be among the top 100. So this is again a slide which tells you about the location of Trinity. So Facebook and Google are our next door neighbors, and these are also the 2 companies with whom we have the closest industrial links. So why you should choose to study at Trinity? I have already talked about that it is located in the heart of the city center, heart of the capital city center, but also because it is a research-intensive university. It is the recipient of largest amount of research funding, and that has a bearing on multiple levels. First, it has a very strong impact on the curriculum, which is cutting edge. It has a very strong impact on the quality of the faculty who are all research engaged, and also on education overall, the approach and the perspective of the university overall, which is all research centered. So a 425, now it's 426 years of history of innovation. And here in this slide, you can see this one, which is our library, which is a copyright library, a legal deposit library, which also houses a book of Kells. This is usually one of the major reasons that international students choose to study at Trinity. And here you can see our new campus, which is coming up in the Silicon Docks in Dublin, which is likely to host our research facilities and also our computer science facilities. So Ireland's top university. This is Trinity at a glance, ranked number 1, founded in 1592, and number 1 for producing entrepreneurs, the only Irish university which is a part of the prestigious LERU, which is the League of European Research Universities, and it is 35th ranked university in Europe. Some quick facts and figures. We are about 17,500 students from 122 countries and 78 nationalities. And the library collection has over 6 million items. In terms of the international student population, the maximum number of international students that we have at Trinity are from the US. This is followed by the Indian population, but still there is a huge margin. So to contextualize, last year we had 985 new American students who joined Trinity, as against about 404 Indian students. So as you can see, there's a huge gap, but Indian students are the second largest population, and the Indian Student Society is extremely popular and extremely influential as well. These are some of our notable alumni, particularly the current Prime Minister Leo Varadkar, who also shares close family ties with India. He is a son of a Mumbai doctor. And also Oscar Wilde, Jonathan Swift, Ernest Walton, they're all Trinity alumnus. World-class education is what we pride ourselves on. So these are the major planks of Trinity education: world-class education, research-centered, which offers flexible career paths at Ireland's top university, and also one which paves the way for its students to be global citizens, and also one which offers a very supportive community. So we have 3 faculties and 24 schools at Trinity. Like I mentioned, we are among the top 100 in the world for most of the subjects that we offer, almost all the subjects that we offer. But of course, the rankings keep varying every year. And this presentation or this slide is not the most updated one, but these are the general trends which can give you an overview about the quality of education that you can expect at Trinity. Our School of Computer Science has been ranked now among the top 50 in the world since last year, 2018. Other than that, we will be among the top 100 for almost all the subjects. So an overview, we offer all our degrees are 4 years. Master degrees are 1 year. We offer 5-year integrated professional degrees in 2 fields. One is computer science and the other is engineering. And the PhD research excellence takes 4 years to finish. Coming to the Faculty of Engineering, Maths and Science, which is the most popular among Indian students, it has 8 schools. So engineering, computer science, which are very high in demand, fall within this faculty. And these are some of the notable achievements. So we have Nobel Prize winners, and we have radiotherapy for cancer treatment, and color photography, and robo-Robbie can express emotions. So most of the things are cutting edge. Our School of Engineering is also one of the oldest in the world. So we have a BAI or an MAI in engineering. Before I go further, I'd like to explain this because this is a question which we often come across, that why is an engineering degree called a BAI? So BAI or MAI is a Latin terminology which roughly translates into is an equivalent of a B.Eng, but we still call it a BAI because it is the nomenclature at all ancient universities. So even at Cambridge or Oxford, you will come across the same terminology. And this is because the B.Eng degrees came later than when Trinity was founded, or the ancient universities were founded. So our bachelor degrees in engineering actually mean that bachelor in the art of engineering, because these degrees have come from the School of Arts, wherein mathematics was also considered and philosophy were all art forms, and engineering has come through from these schools. And hence BAI or MAI, which is the integrated masters. So these are common entry programs, which mean that year 1 and 2 are common to all streams. And from year 3 onwards, students choose out of these 6 specializations that we offer. So you can choose to exit with at 4 years with a bachelor degree, and you are eligible for a 1-year stay back after that. Or if you choose a 5-year integrated master's degree, then one that you get, you are eligible for a 2-year stay back. And also it changes the structure of your 4th year. So in that sense, that if you choose a 5-year master's, then your 4th year will not be fully taught, but it will be divided into half the year you will be studying in regular classes, and there will be a 6-month paid internship component in the second half. Whereas a 4-year bachelor degree is a fully taught one. Coming next to the Faculty of Arts and Humanities. So this is the largest faculty with 12 schools, including business, are within this faculty. The key focus program or a showcased program is Global Business. This is a new program. It is now running into its 4th year. And this program has been introduced to give our students the advantage of the external environment in Ireland in terms of entrepreneurship. So Ireland, like I said, is the most entrepreneurial country in Europe. And this program focuses on innovation and entrepreneurship as its key pillars. However, it is a core business degree which gives you a deep understanding of everything to do with business, whether it is economics, accounting, finance, marketing, management, strategic management. Everything is covered while remaining embedded in innovation and entrepreneurship. And this program also gives you the opportunity to either do a semester or a full year abroad at some of the top universities. And this is true of most of our programs. We will have an association with the top universities in US, Canada, across Europe, as well as Australia, if you wish to choose a semester or a year abroad as part of your program. Coming next to BA Joint Honours Degrees. So we have some programs which are available as joint degrees where you can combine it with one more subject, but it would be specific. Everything is not available with everything, but there would be specific combinations that are available. This is only within the Faculty of Arts and Humanities. This arrangement is not possible in the field, in the schools of computer science or engineering or sciences. So a research-centered environment. These are some of the research themes. While you're considering an undergrad degree, the importance of research may not strike you in its full scale as while you are still in school. However, once you are a student at the university level, you will understand what the importance of this is. I've already touched upon it, that it has a very strong bearing on the curriculum being updated and cutting edge, quality of the faculty, the quality of the learning outcomes, and also the industrial links. So the kind of companies that would be hiring you, or it has a very strong impact on the employability of our graduates. So this is the research ecosystem at Trinity. We have these research institutes, which include the Long Room Hub, which is for arts and humanities, as well as for biomedical sciences, neurosciences, nanoscience, and translational medicine, which is for cancer research. In addition to its own, Trinity also hosts some national research centers, such as those for bioengineering or digital content, which is ADAPT, or for computer sciences, Connect, and Learnovate. A supportive community, which we touched upon briefly. So, like I said, we have global connections with over 300 plus universities across the world. Some of them include Georgetown, Columbia, Brown University, Moscow State University, and several others. So for each program, they would be different, but these are our closest partners. So this is our copyright library, which I just mentioned. So it is a legal deposit library, which means that every book which is published in the UK and in Ireland has to submit a copy to this library. And it is the largest library in Ireland, housing the Book of Kells. And this is also one of the major reasons that students choose to study at Trinity, especially those who are very fond of reading. So college life, the Trinity student community is very vibrant, very stimulated. We have over 120 student societies, and we also have two of the oldest societies in the world, the Phil for philosophy and the Hist for history. At the same time, we have a state-of-the-art sports center, theaters, galleries, and museums all on campus, which together have a major impact in making their time at Trinity as one of the most memorable and unforgettable experience for all students. So you may or may not be able to read this, but these are our student societies. So almost every interest that you may have inside or outside of the classroom, we will have a world class student society for it. Similarly, for sports clubs, we have almost all sports which are there on campus. So this is all in line with Trinity's take on having a transformational student experience and along with the academic rigor that our programs stand for. So while being an undergrad student, you have several opportunities to add value to your learning experience as well as your CV. So volunteering, internships, societies, competitions, part-time work, sports and social activities or engagement, languages exchange. So all of these help you to gain experiences of meeting social experiences, professional experiences, personal growth, and that is what Trinity is all about. So for the first year, we guarantee accommodation for all new undergrad students. These accommodations are not physically on the campus, they're slightly away, but they are in Trinity halls of residence, which are reserved for Trinity students. So all new students will be getting guaranteed accommodation here. From the second year onwards, our accommodation service assists you with finding accommodations, but so far we have not come across any student who really asks for help because within 1 year they are very acclimatized to the environment, they have made new friends, they know their way around the city and the country, and they are fairly on their own. But if they need help, our accommodation service is there to assist. So, in terms of being a supportive environment or a supportive community, these are the kind of supports that we offer, be it counseling, health services, disability services, and also most important is that Trinity is perhaps one of the very few universities in the world which offer a personal mentor to all undergrad students across the 4 years. Now, this mentor is a senior academic, but he or she would be one who does not have anything to do with the subject or the course that you are studying. And they are supposed to be your advocate within the university. Whether you need personal, academic, or professional advice, you will always have a senior academic to go to. So international student engagement, we have Global Room, which is a facility for international students primarily. It is managed by global officers in the schools and also by student ambassadors. And there are over 300 internationally themed events which run in the Global Room across the year. Discover Ireland is more of helping students to know more about Ireland, which has 3 events per week and 35 trips per year. So helping you to understand and know Ireland across the years that you are going to spend there as a student and hopefully after that as well. And then we have the Smart Start program. Again, it helps a week-long program for international students to help them settle into their student life at Trinity. And it starts before the Freshers Week or the Orientation Week. So student life at Trinity, Indians, as you know, by default, wherever we go, we take our customs, our food, our music, our festivals, our language there. So it is the same with the Indian Student Society. So we have Indian cinema, Bollywood or cinema is the same, Indian food, music and dance. And we have festivals like Holi, like Diwali, which are celebrated on campus with a lot of fervor every year. And also within Dublin, also with so many companies which are based in Ireland and in Dublin, we have several Indian families which are now in Dublin. So concerns like vegetarian food, Indian food do not matter at all. Any food that you would want, including kurkure or Maggi or anything, or even dosa batter, is very readily available. And there you also have an advantage because Trinity is located right in the heart of the city center. So as soon as you step out of the gates, you will have the whole plethora of options right in front of you. Okay, so Indian food widely available in Dublin. This is a major concern because a lot of the students who come to Trinity are either vegetarians or they have specific food choices, and hence the slide. So flexible career paths is another thing that we offer. Usually across the board, first and second year are broad-based. You can consider the first year to be a foundational year. And as you progress into your student journey towards the third year and fourth year become more and more intensive, more and more condensed. So whether it is for engineering, first 2 years, the class sizes will be big because all the engineering students attend classes together. But as you move to the third year, they choose their options, they choose their specialisms, and the class sizes become more concise. The same applies to sciences. So in sciences also we have 4 entry points: biological and biomedical sciences, we have chemical sciences, geosciences, and physical sciences. Like engineering, the first 2 years are common, and then you choose your specialization. So for example, biological sciences offers 11 specializations, which include genetics, human genetics, neuroscience, immunology, environmental sciences, biochemistry, molecular medicine. Chemical sciences have lesser. Physics has physical sciences has physics, astrophysics, and nanoscience. And chemical sciences has some other options. Entrepreneurship at Trinity. So this is an extension of our global business program. So our tagline is that with each and every student has the potential to be an entrepreneur. So 17,500 students mean 17,500 entrepreneurs. So we have these 2 accelerator programs. One is the Blackstone Launchpad, which is experiential entrepreneurship program, where we provide coaching, ideation, and venture creation support to the students. And so far, over 90 student startups have registered. And Launchworks is the summer accelerator program for students with an early stage business. Here again, mentorship, funding, access to alumni and investors, and ideal collaborative environment is provided to help students launch new startup ventures. So a quick snapshot of Launchbox so far: 32 jobs, 151 entrepreneurs, and 63 companies launched so far. Career development. So career services or career advisory service is an award-winning service which helps with career planning, CV, and mock interviews which are duly recorded. It offers over 200 workshops across the year, and it is also it helps you to be absolutely job ready at the end of those 4 years. Please pay particular attention to the very last sentence in the slide, that Trinity grads earn 30% more than other Irish grads within 5 years of their employment journey. And this is again because of the rigor of the program, quality of the faculty, the ranking of the university, the kind of industrial links that we have, and that is again because of the research intensiveness. And our graduate employability statistic is 93% in employment or further study within the first 6 months. I've already touched upon the stay-back option of 1 year. Just hold on for a second because I will have to plug in my laptop. So it's 1 year for UG and 2 years for postgrads. So the way it works is that you have this 1 year or 2 years to look for a job. And within that period, you have to find a job which pays you a minimum salary of 30,000 euros. And thereafter, it gets converted to a work permit. And depending on which sector you are working on, you may have to work on 3 years or 5 years before you become eligible for a work permit. A PR. And it is a PR-friendly country, so that option is very much available to you. Other than that, also Irish people as a race are extremely non-judgmental, extremely warm and welcoming, making Ireland a very, very good option, especially where you are planning to spend 4 years of your life, and also 4 years where you are stepping right out of your school and out of your comfort zone. So it offers a very warm and nurturing kind of an environment. So it helps you to be a global citizen, and these are the entry requirements. 80%, 80 to 85%, I would say. And for some subjects, so for computer science, for engineering, and all our business related programs, you must have 75% in maths. You must have maths at your class 12th level, and you should have a minimum of 75% or equivalent in maths in order to progress on to computer science, engineering, or all business programs. For science subjects, you should have minimum 2 science subjects and minimum 75% in those 2 subjects in order to progress on to our science programs. For IB, we require 3 subjects at grade 5 HL, 3 subjects grade 4 at SL. So for IB students, you should have maths and not math studies for computer science, engineering, and our business programs. So you should have maths HL. For business programs, we may accept maths SL, but with a higher grade. And in addition, you need an English language test, either IELTS, TOEFL, or Pearson. So when the applications, so we have one intake, which is in September. The applications for September intake open 1 year prior to that. So for example, 2019 opened on 1st October 2018. And when the applications open, we accept students on a conditional offer on the basis of your predicted scores. So we will need your predicted scores, personal statement, and 2 references in order to give you a conditional offer. Your English language test and your final scores can come later. So this is how do you apply. This is an older slides, and that is why it says 1st November. But from this year, we have pushed our application opening dates by a month. So it opened on 1st October. And for restricted entry programs like medicine, like dentistry, drama, and music, our applications close on 1st Feb. And these are the things that you require: online application form, scanned documents, transcripts, personal statement, 2 letters of recommendation, and also an application fee of 55 euros. So in terms of the fees, their average fees are about 19,000 to 26,000 euros. All programs in the Faculty of Arts and Humanities, including business, psychology, sociology, law, political science, are about 19,000. And all lab-based programs like engineering, computer science, and science are about 25,500 euros. The living expenses are about 12,000 euros. The living expenses are variable because you have about 3 months of vacations in every year. And how you choose to spend that time, whether you stay back in Ireland, come back to India, is what determines what your living costs are going to be. You are eligible to work part-time from day 1. But realistically, students are able to find good part-time jobs from the 2nd year onwards, part-time jobs as well as internships from the 2nd year onwards. And from 2nd year onwards, most students are working during summer. And several Indian students have also found internships back in India. So they stay with the family and they also intern during their term break. Reason for that is that almost most of the companies that are based in Ireland are multinational and they have significant operations in India as well. So if you are proactive, it is very much possible that you can come back to India and also continue to intern. So scholarships, we have UG and PG Global Excellence Scholarships, which are 5,000 euros of the tuition fee for year 1 only. You need to have an offer, a conditional or an unconditional, in order to apply for the scholarships. We do not offer automatic scholarships. Once you have to apply first, get a conditional offer, then apply for a scholarship. In order to apply, you have to send me an email with your offer letter and a brief statement as to how you will contribute to the Trinity community. So when we are assessing your application for admission, it's purely on academic basis. there is no way that anything can be waived off from the basic entry requirements. But at the scholarship stage, we are looking at, we are taking a holistic view of your application, where we will be looking at your interests and achievements outside of the classroom. And there is also a foundation scholarship that we offer. It is very competitive, but we offer about 100 scholarships each year. The name is called Foundation because it is as old as Trinity, so about 426 years old. And these scholarships were introduced to encourage professorships, and hence it has a unique structure. Students take a test in the second year, and it is on the basis of those electives that you are studying. If you are awarded a scholarship, then you get substantial reduction in your fees. You get a free accommodation on campus, as well as a three-course meal in the Grand Dining Hall for a period of 5 years. So it becomes applicable from year 3 onwards. So year 3, year 4, if you choose to do a master's at Trinity, or if you want to progress on to PhD, it will continue to apply. But more importantly is that the prestige around these scholarships, because it gives you a lifelong status in the college, and hence they're very highly prestigious. That is it. I hope it was short and sweet. So this slide has my email ID. If I'm not able to take your questions or answer your questions, then you can always get in touch with me on the email ID. So we can quickly move to the questions. I can see a couple of questions here. The first is, what is the minimum eligibility criteria for admissions from India? I think I have already answered that. And what is the difference between taught and research programs? Okay, so taught programs are those where you have classes, and research programs are where you do not have classes, but you are engaged in independent research. Then Utkarsh Gupta, he's asked me, do you often collaborate with Oxford and Cambridge? Yes, we often collaborate with them because they are our peers, and also the other ancient universities like University of Birmingham, like University of Glasgow, Edinburgh, we collaborate very closely with them. When can I register? Okay, so the applications for 2019 are already on. And if you go onto the website, it would say that the deadline for admissions applications is 30th of June. But this is something which you can safely ignore, because this is a common deadline which applies to the local Irish students as well. However, for visa required students from countries like India, you have to bear in mind the timeline. So we take about 4 weeks to assess applications, and then the Irish student visa also takes about 4 weeks. That is why what we think is that you should apply late by mid-May, so that you have your offer by the end of May, and you should apply for your visa latest by first week of June. So while you apply, you should have all your other documents ready, like your financial documents, so that you are ready to apply as soon as you have your offer. The Irish Visa Office also provides you an option to apply for a visa on a conditional offer letter, which is called an AIP, Approval in Principle. So that is also a possibility. Yes, so there is another question that we do not have our results for final exams. Can I make an application? Of course you can. Like I've already mentioned, that we give out conditional offers on the basis of your predicted scores. So specific fellowships for undergrad students from India, we have the Global Excellence Scholarship and the Bachelor of Business Studies, which is for global business, which is for Indian students specifically. And we have a cap on that. They are highly competitive, and the award is for 5,000 euros of the tuition fee for the first year only. I think I have answered all the questions, and I believe I have covered most of the queries that students usually have. So if you have any more questions then that you would want answers to, please feel free to write to me. And for most of the students, we also encourage them to get in touch with the Indian Society. So if you would want to get in touch with some current students, write to me. We have a very strict data protection policy, which is a general GDPR in Ireland, so we cannot share the details unless we have express consent from the students. So what I do is to put you in touch with the Indian Society. For those of you who may be looking for 2019 admissions, we are planning to hold an applicants event on 25th of April in Delhi, where we will be answering questions, telling you about what life at Trinity is all about. And then we will have another event in around the 11th or 12th of May, when we will have most of our current undergrad students will be in Delhi. So we will help you to interact with them. And also we have pre-departures. Education Ireland has one pre-departure, Trinity has another one, to help our students gain as much preparation before they land in Dublin. And we also will have a Facebook page which will be active towards the first week of May, where the new students can interact with each other. Is there some restriction on accommodation for undergrads for residences like the binary hub? No, there is no restriction at all. See, because the undergrad students are younger, so we offer the halls of residence only to the undergrad students. Postgrads do not get access to that. But there is no restriction if, for example, you have family or friends, or you would not want to stay in the halls of residences but stay somewhere else. You are free to do that. This is just a facility that we offer so that you are not at a loss, and you know that there will be something which is available to you, which is in a gated student community where you will have all the help that you need. I don't see any new questions, so I will end the session here. Again, if you have any questions, if you need any help, any personal advice, then please feel free to write to me. I hope you found this session to be useful. Thank you very much. And I hope to hear from you. Thanks very much. Okay, there is one last question. Yes, we have facilities for tennis. Definitely, we have world-class facilities. So yes, and we will have a sports facility for that. One is the sports center, which I said is a world-class facility. And in addition, we also have sports clubs, which she can join. So for several sports, we have world-class facilities, including swimming pools and a gymnasium and several others. So all of those are mentioned on the website. If you have any particular questions, again, write to me. I can lead you to the right link where you can find detailed information. Thank you very much, and I'll end my session here. Thanks for your attention. Bye-bye.